Hey everyone, thanks for coming back to the BNS channel. My name is EdieAnne and today we're doing an analogy. So we were at Scentsy family reunion and we were sitting in the pool on the last day after reunion was over. Excuse me, we had a kind of a director's gathering, I would say, in under one of the cabanas at the pool. And we just kind of hung out. And that to me is some of our best times at any of the events that we go to. Why? Because that gives us chances to rub elbows with other leaders, to share ideas, to, talk about our struggles and talk about our successes and what's worked for me and what hasn't worked for me and that kind of stuff. And you learn a lot from that. And it just so happened we were sitting in the pool. We were all kind of just talking away. I think there was probably about 6 of us at the time, 6 or 7 of us. And I love analogies. I do analogies often. I'm a very visual person, so analogies for me help to resonate things and make me understand how things work and how they don't work and that sort of thing. So I shared an analogy, and when we got home, one of the leaders said, "Would you please put that on video so I can share it with my team?" So that's what today is. So one of the main struggles with a leader is not everyone shares in our passion, in our drive, in our desire to make this business a success. There are so many different levels of people that come in to this business that we kind of struggle with because, as a leader, as a successful leader, you see the business as a huge opportunity. Everybody should be part of Scentsy. Everybody should be part of Velata, right? And so when you see people that don't seem to be applying themselves, this goes to being a teacher. If you're a school teacher, you totally understand this because you see a child's potential and it frustrates you to see them not applying themselves, okay? So in business, it's a little bit different, or not different. I guess this is my way of understanding and knowing that every level is for the good. Now, you're gonna have people that they're just not applying themselves. And, those are the people that you wanna try and push and you wanna try and motivate and you wanna try and encourage them to do more. However, there are people that's all they want. It's not because they can't or they don't know how, it's because that's all they want. So when the desire is not there, they're not going to have the motivation to do it, okay? So the analogy that I put together helps me to understand the structure and the importance of different levels of consultants. When you are building a house, the very first thing that you do is clear the land. Clear the lot, walk the land so that you understand where the house is going to lay, if there's going to be any imbalances, if there's anything that you need to learn about the sewage, the water, those types of things. So you lay out the land, you survey the land, you learn about your land, so that your house has a firmer structure. So when you incorporate that and interpret that into Scentsy business, that is learning your business, knowing the product, knowing yourself, how you learn, how you lead, okay? So the knowledge and education and know-how, product know-how, is the basis. That is the beginning. That is where we can grow from, okay? That is where we can build from. So the next thing is the foundation. And the foundation is probably, besides the land, the most important part of a house. And to me, when I interpret the foundation in my business, it is all of the people, including myself, that I recruit or that get recruited in my team But in my group, in my team, those are all of the people that do the minimum. They do 150 PRV in a month every third month. The minimum. They're just there. They're one of the stones in that foundation. They're a piece of cement in that. They could even be the rebar in that foundation. Okay? You also have the people that do 150 every month. The active consultants, not just current, but active consultants. You know, they maintain the 150. They keep themselves stocked. Maybe they're helping a few friends, okay? They're also the people that are doing 200, 300, okay? Still not overly excessive. You know, 500 to me is when we start to build, okay? So anybody that does under 500 is part of that foundation. Now, how important is the foundation to a house? If you don't have a strong foundation, you're not going to have a very sturdy house. So if you do not have a very strong foundation of people that are filling the foundation, your business will not be strong. Okay? It won't be balanced. It won't be held up. Now, over time, what happens to a foundation? You get cracks, right? You get cracks, you get lines, you get seams that kind of start to shift a little bit. The ground is shifting. Your knowledge is changing. So the cracks kind of open up and whoop, you lose consultants. It happens, right? It happens in my garage in the foundation there. Okay? You lose consultants. But as a house owner, how important is it for me to go back, and I see this in the driveway. When your driveway cracks, right? What do? We fill it. We go and we resurface it. We fill it with more tar. We fill it with more concrete to make it sturdy again. So in our business, the cracks are the people that go inactive, and how we fill it is by recruiting more people so that we can constantly have a nice, firm foundation, a nice filled foundation, a nice solid foundation. All right? So we fill the cracks by recruiting. All right? So that process is extremely important. So those part-timers and those people that are just doing what they need to be doing and enjoying their business and doing the minimums and doing under 500 and, you know, having a party once a month or so, those people are extremely important in your business. They're going to be the people that hold it together. Encourage them. Refill your foundation. Recruit more people. Because see, then what happens is there's going to be a few of those people in that foundation that are not satisfied being a foundation. They're not satisfied being the minimum. They're not satisfied being just a foundation. And what happens is your walls start to get built. And you get some leaders, people that promote to lead and star. And they start bringing some people up with them. So the walls start to get formed on your house. That keeps the elements out as you start building the walls on your house, right? So these leaders help support you in your business. They start keeping the negativity out. They start keeping the business growing in an upward motion, in an upward way. And then as you get star consultants and superstar consultants, and then all of a sudden you get directors. And the directors start building the roof and the ceiling of the house. All of the pieces of a house are important. But it is more important to have a solid ground with a solid foundation. The walls will get built. And if you've ever seen as you're traveling through and you see people that have foundations set and the house isn't up yet. That's why people are waiting for the right time, the right moment so that they can build the rest of their house. Typically it's because they need the money and the foundation cost a lot more than they thought. But that's another key to the importance of why the foundation is, they're darn expensive, right? Foundations are expensive when you're building. So understand that your foundation is important. Those people that are in your group, that are playing a part of your foundation, if they fall through, fill the gap with someone new. And you know what I've seen recently? People coming back. You know, they fall through the cracks and they might be just sitting underneath the foundation, just kind of sitting there inactive. And all of a sudden, they come back through the crack and they say, okay, I'm here to surface again. I'm here to try again. I'm here to do this again. And I encourage people to come back and try again. I also encourage people to revisit their plan. If they're reinstating or if they're coming back to Scentsy, I always ask, what are you doing differently? What's going to be different this time from the last time? You know, a lot of times it's because some stuff happens in their life or whatever. We're not going to go down that road, but yes, okay? So the clearing of the ground is the knowledge. The foundation is all of our people that are under 500. And it's typically just people that are current and just people that are keeping themselves active. Because typically the more you sell, the more you're exposing yourself to people, which potentially is going to give you more opportunity to recruit and start building the walls. So as a leader, build your house and feel confident with a strong foundation. Because when those walls start getting built and you start putting on stories and stories and stories on your house, you need to make sure your foundation is strong. Okay? So that is my house building analogy. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Excuse the Leo barking in the background. Have an amazing day, everyone, and start building your house. Bye.